Here's 13.3b, number 9. And this says residents are to pay for new curbs in proportion for the footage their lots have on Latrobe. So we're really only paying attention to this street. Okay, we're looking at these lengths here. We need these lengths down below to be able to do some calculations, but we really only care about these ones. Okay? It says what part of the total cost must be paid by each resident. So there is one total charge for this whole curb, and I want to know how much of that cost is this guy going to pay, how much is this guy going to pay, and so on. Okay? The only one I don't know is this Kyoto. This is the lot that I'm not sure how much frontage he has. So I'm going to call this X. And then I'm going to use that side splitting theorem and set up a proportion. Okay, this is a pretty direct proportion here. So I would say 196 divided by 192 equals X over 96. And that should come out to be 98, I believe. So this guy here is responsible, Kyoto is responsible for 98 feet of the curb. Now what the question is asking is what part, right, what part of the total cost must be paid by each resident? So really what I'm looking for here is like a percentage. I want to know what percentage is Jones going to pay, what percentage is Kyoto going to pay. We had to do this calculation to find Kyoto's percentage, but now we're going to go through each person and figure out what they should owe. So first step to that is to find out how many feet of curb space we're talking about here. And so I'm just going to add together 196 plus 98 plus 147 plus 49. And I believe, if I'm going to believe the students who are working in here with me after school today, that total footage is 490 feet. And so now Mr. Jones is paying for 196 out of 490 feet. If you divide that, that's going to give you a percentage. It's actually, well, it's going to give you a decimal. It's going to be 0.4, which is equivalent to 40%. So he's equivalent for 40% of the cost. Kyoto would be paying for 98 out of 490, which I believe is going to be 20%. Let me just double check that. Yep, comes out to 0.2, which is 20%. Garcia, I'm going to do 147 divided by 490. I end up with 0.3, so that's 30%. And Willis, 49 divided by 490, oh, that's going to be 10%. A quick check would be to check and make sure that your percentages add up to 100, but they do. Okay, so that's, again, the only reason I had to mess with that percentages thing is because it was asking me for what part of the total cost.